Hey guys, Sean again. Sorry it's been so long. I said I would bring out a video at least once a week, but as you can see, my plan didn't go exactly according to plan. I will still be putting up videos every chance I get. It's just my life is chaotic now. Well, my life isn't chaotic, it's just my mind is chaotic. And if you know me, you know what I mean. If you don't know me and don't know what I mean, and you would like me to explain, please leave a comment in the description. One of the common issues or pet peeves I have with doing this is virtually no one ever leaves a comment. I think a maximum of 2 people have ever commented on one of my videos, and those were for the videos I did about the Sterling Renaissance Fair, which was a long time ago. So if you watch these videos and you enjoy them and you have any faults at all, please leave them in the comments. As I said in my early videos, I will not tolerate hate, I will not tolerate trolling, I will not tolerate over criticism. Constructive criticism is okay. Saying you completely F that up will not be tolerated. It's not fun for anyone having to see those in the comments section. I do not want the comments of my videos to be as insane as other YouTube videos. I don't need that insanity on my channel. So if I ever do start getting comments, I won't tolerate them being more insane than the Joker. I will not. So, Halloween has passed, as everyone knows. I had a frickin' ball. I was near the CVS on Madison Ave in Albany, scaring people from about 7 to 10:30 at night. It was absolutely fun. I just loved it. I talked to quite a few people, lots of people took pictures, and lots of people were scared. I did jump scares for the first part, and then by the end of the night I was just silent, and I was wearing this mask along with a black shroud type costume and a little 2 little skull hand gloves, whatever they're called. This was extremely scary. I scared a lot of people. It was fun. But unfortunately, the day after, I had what I call a Halloween hangover. No, I did not drink any alcohol. If I did drink alcohol, it would have been worse. I was on my feet for the entire night. I drank 2 energy drinks. I ate a lot of candy and a lot of food on Halloween. So the entire day afterwards, I was sore, grumpy, and cranky, and just plain PO'd at the world. It's typical when that happens to me. I spend like 1 to 2 days doing things I normally never do, and then I end up paying for it the day afterwards. As I call it, the Halloween hangover. No, I've never actually had a hangover because I've never been one for drinking alcohol, but it kind of feels like a hangover. Except my head doesn't hurt. Everything else hurt, but not my head. And so now that Halloween is over, I've yet to do some Christmas shopping for my family and friends. I am going to be going to a Thanksgiving dinner soon. Well, during Thanksgiving. I will either be going with my family or my roommate and his sister. My roommate's sister is a good cook and she's extremely nice, and she made me the offer of cooking Thanksgiving dinner for me and my roommate. I might take her up on that. Because my current Thanksgiving doesn't sound too exciting, it just sounds mainly awkward. And I won't go into any details because there are certain people who would not wish for me to go into certain details, so I will not be doing that. In addition to plans for Thanksgiving and Christmas, I'm not planning anything big for the rest of the year. I'm simply going to wait until next year until I can go to the Sterling Renaissance Festival. And I am already hearting out a character for the festival. I am going to be a bounty hunter in search of a dangerous criminal who stole precious, valuable items from the Pope. My character won't necessarily be like a Christian or a Catholic, but he will be a bounty hunter caring more about the money reward than the religious aspects of what was stolen. He just cares about money, to be honest. That's all he cares about. I will hopefully be saving up a considerable amount for next year, and I will be buying or getting at least 2 or 3 items to wear to the fair. My current goals are a leather cuirass, which is basically armor that will go around my main area and my back. I'll have to get some. Well, I'm going to have leather because I believe it's a tad bit more flexible than a metal breastplate, and I'll be able to sit down comfortably. The thing with metal is it's not comfortable. My chainmail, while I love it, it is extremely uncomfortable because yes, the weight is distributed around my body when I'm wearing it. However, it does weigh quite a bit and hangs heavily on my shoulders and makes me tired a lot quicker. And I move a considerable amount slower. Well, not too much slower, but a good amount slower when I'm wearing the chainmail, because I'm wearing like 10 to 20 extra pounds on my body, which my legs aren't used to, so I get tired quite a bit quicker. If I'm lucky, I will be going to a Renaissance fair before the Sterling one. There's one that started 2 years ago at Indian Ladder Farms in upstate New York. It's roughly an hour away from Albany. I'm not too sure where it is, but since you're viewing this video on the internet, I imagine you can look it up for yourself. If need be, I will look it up for the future, and I will either post a link or describe it in my next video. However, the fair there is brand new, which isn't too bad, but the utter lack of shade makes it quite difficult for me. Because I wear the chainmail, and chainmail does not mix well with high temperatures. Which is why, hopefully, either this year or next year, I will be getting leather armor to have, because, well, leather armor will be a lot better in the high temperatures, now won't it? Because, well, it's leather, and it'll deal with the heat quite a bit more. The chainmail absorbs heat like no tomorrow. If there's direct sunlight, it heats up almost instantly. And should my bare skin touch it, it's not very comfortable, to be honest. Last year at the fair at Indian Ladder Farms, I was in the sunlight for 2 days in a row in pure chainmail, and a bit of the rings were touching the back of my neck, and it was hot. I felt like I was getting a sunburn times 10. It was not very nice. So that's what's happening. That's what will happen. And hopefully soon I will be finding out when I'll be going to Sterling next year. And I send out the invitation that people join me at Sterling, because showing up with other people is extremely fun, and I can be sort of a local guide, as it were. However, there will be likely new characters because it is the 40th anniversary. This year there were new characters. I think a couple of the same actors just playing new characters. One man who played a noble knight, and I use the term knight loosely because knights were not really a thing anymore, just a fancy title in the 16th century. The man who played the noble knight, Sir Francis Drake, played a jester named Pax. At least I believe it's the same actor. It might be slightly different. They just look and sound similar, so not too sure. He was less entertaining than his former character, in my opinion. So, yes, there will be new characters next year. So, as soon as I find out, I will be informing you all when I am going and what the theme of the weekend will be. At Sterling, every single weekend is a different theme. There's Pirate Weekend, there's Merchants Weekend, I went on Highland Weekend, and no, I did not wear a kilt. I just don't like having that area being aired out too much when I'm out in public. Personal preference. Though I think I would look dead sexy in a kilt. I think all men look pretty good looking in kilts. That came out wrong. Well, in one of my future videos I will talk about my views on sexuality and men and women, because, well, it's an important issue nowadays, and I want to put my opinion out there. I will probably start some kind of argument, but to my knowledge, those who view my YouTube videos are quite tolerant of the LGBTQ community. Yes, the official term nowadays is LGBT, but I prefer the term LGBTQ, which stands for lesbian, gay, bisexual, transsexual, and the U on the end stands for unsure. Even though there are a wide different array of sexual preferences, a few I know of are asexual, and a couple others whose names I can't remember now. I think asexual means not attracted to either gender, and there's another type of sexuality, maybe official, maybe unofficial, I'm not too sure, where there are people who are attracted to intelligence, not to the body. I think I'm more along the lines of that because, well, I'll get into this in another video because I don't want to be here for like an hour talking about all the different stuff when I can save it for another video. I like to spread out my ideas and wait until I actually sit down in front of the webcam and actually talk about these things, which happens as often as I can, even though my life is a bit hectic right now. And by my life, I mean my mind. My mind is often at least 10,000 times more hectic than my actual life is. But my life might become sort of hectic in the near, not too distant future because of certain issues I'm having with my current living situation. And if you know what I'm talking about, then, well, you know, and if you don't know, I may or may not inform you. Not that it's your business. I will hopefully be living in Albany for a good long time to come, and I hope to continue living in Albany for as long as possible, because it's a good city to live in. It's a bit, well, hellish in the winter because almost no one salts and shovels the sidewalks in front of their houses, which I will probably get into later. I might just do a series of videos where I just rant about the stuff that makes me mad about my current life and Albany and all that stuff, which you may or may not want to see, but if you want me to talk about something, put it in the comments. I said this before, and I'll be saying it again as many times as possible. I do not know what people want me to talk about and put out there unless they comment about what they want to see. And unless I get like 50 million comments wanting 10,000 different things, if I see an idea that someone posts in the comments, I will most likely be going along the lines of that idea. Current in the future, I plan on talking about relationships and how myself and people like myself deal with relationships. I will be talking about the whole LGBTQ situation that's been happening in the world these past few years. I will also be talking about more about the Ren Fair. I know it'll be like beating a dead horse, but it's my favorite 2 days. It's 2 of my favorite days of the year. Halloween is also one of my favorites because, well, various reasons. Maybe next Halloween I'll be talking about the legend of Jack-o'-lantern. Not the pumpkins that you carve in ridiculous shapes and faces. The man known as Jack-o'-lantern, who tricked the devil so many times he was kept out of heaven and hell, and thus roamed the earth for all eternity. It's a detailed tale that I read a super long time ago when I was a kid, and I might do that for next Halloween. I will also in future videos be talking about doing LARP, which if you don't know is live action roleplay, but getting involved in that will require a lot of time, a lot of money, and money I will not have too much of unless I get a job. Time, I'm not too sure about because the future is always changing. Well, the future, no one knows what's going to happen in the future. All we know is what happened in the past and what's happening in the present. There's almost no way to predict what will happen in the future, in my opinion. So, there's no way to tell what will happen tomorrow or 2 minutes from now, which I'll probably go into in another video when I have the time. So this video is roughly 19-20 minutes long. I'll be ending it soon because I don't want to sit here for an hour and a half boring your ears off, which may or may not happen because I'm pretty sure only a few people will watch this, and those that do may or may not comment. I will be posting this on Facebook and Google+. If you don't know what Google Plus is, you need to update to the 21st century. Google Plus is kind of like a social media site attached to Google Chrome. It's really effective and a lot less chaotic than Facebook. I'm currently following the Dalai Lama and a couple of comedians and a few random people. Yeah. I used to contact a friend of mine on there, but she and I don't really talk anymore. And I will not be getting into my relationship with her in the video because she'll probably get mad and I'll regret it. So, future videos, my current dealing with the whole dating scene, dealing with the female gender, dealing with the male gender, and how I've come to sort of think that gay guys are less shallow than straight girls, in my experience, which I'll be getting into in another video, which I may or may not, because I don't really want to waste time ranting about stuff that people may or may not care about. Well, once again, if you want me to talk about something, leave a comment in the comment section. Like this video if you saw it and you liked it. Subscribe if you want to. I won't be one of those YouTubers who will beg for subscriptions, because I don't want to be an attention grabber. That's just, honestly, it's sad when people just beg for subscriptions in every video. Subscribe! Subscribe! It's pathetic. It's belittling. It's like a dog begging for attention. You are a human being, not an animal. Well, you're an animal, but still, it's pathetic. It's just, well, I would continue, but I don't want to offend anyone, and if I keep going in this current tangent, I will be offending people, because people are easily offended. I know I am. Well, not as much as I used to be, but still. Okay, this video is losing its structure, so I should end it PDQ pretty darn quick. Just a couple more things. One is, I'll be still making videos whenever I can, and I will try to come up with a subject matter for every single video. Not just turning on the camera and talking about whatever. Which worked for some people, it doesn't seem to work for me. I will also be getting in contact with a few members of my LARP group and hopefully getting some help from them and making YouTube videos. Because I currently am not too good at that. I just turn on the webcam, record, have a few takes, and then put the final stuff up on YouTube without any editing whatsoever, and it's not very good. Hopefully in the future I can have edits, I can have music, the whole 9 yards, and get a lot of views. I might even start a second channel if I learn how to record my video games, because people seem to enjoy that. Alright, this is long enough. So this is Sean signing off, and I will see you soon, or possibly in the new year. Have a safe fall, and watch out for mutant zombie turkeys.